Hello everyone, this is Katerina and I'll bring you the latest energy update and the light language to go with it. On the 1st of February we have the new moon in Aquarius. We also have the beginning of the Chinese New Year. We have the Celtic Festival of Imbolc. Venus is direct and Mercury will go direct on the 3rd of February. And boy, you know, there is so much happening. It's absolutely incredible. And for all of you who felt also this massive increase of light over the weekend, it was a humongous shift in the collective timeline. And I can't tell you how excited I am about the Freedom Convoy in Canada. And thank you to all my clients from Canada who messaged me and let me participate in the energy that you are experiencing at the moment. And all the time when I was tuning in over the weekend, my guides were just saying, it's just the beginning. It has begun. It is the beginning and it will unfold. And I said, can you explain it a little further? And all of us tuning into this information, all of you who resonate with this, you have worked a long time for the collective, for yourself, to bring in these higher timelines. And sometimes it's like, all right, we're doing all of it. When do we see results in the outer reality? And now with the bringing in of the fifth dimensional frequencies over the last year or two, and I mean, it's a much longer process, but intensified if you like. And now it's really landed in our reality, and the much higher timeline that I was speaking about a couple of videos ago that we were bringing in for the December solstice is now really anchored. There was yeah, you could say a push and pull over that timeline, and that's putting it mildly in the beginning of January, end of December. But with the Freedom Convoy, you can really see, and there are other events happening in the UK and other places where you see the dynamics have changed. And I really ask my guides, is it now established? There will always be a push and pull for times to come. I can really see that because at the end, and that's always how I keep my unity conscious and my heart open, at the end we are all meant to go into the higher timeline. Some will go kicking and screaming, some will go with hearts open and total excitement, yet the entire planet is going into a higher frequency range. And this new moon in Aquarius on the Chinese New Year and the Celtic Festival of Imbolc, it's really such a concentrated galactic consciousness imprint of new beginnings, and in Aquarius. And they're saying we are in the age of Aquarius. It's in the time of unity, freedom, groups, friendships, the collective, and the collective going through an evolution. And I don't know, some of you may have felt it as well. The energy of Gaia is changing quite dramatically, and her energy is rising. And for me, Gaia is really the name for the consciousness of our planet. And she is aligning with much higher dimensional frequencies herself. So you can say she is going upgrade. And I just hit the door, and you may even see some energy shifting in the video. So Gaia herself is rising, and the February months, the 2, and tomorrow is also the, no, on, is it Tuesday? No, Tuesday is the first one, so on Wednesday. It's the 02/02/2022, and that's the Aquarius Portal, and that is bringing in massive amounts of codes for the Divine Feminine. It's a month where the Divine Feminine is really upgrading, receiving much higher consciousness codes, and so is our planet. The consciousness of the planet, she is realigning with her core essence. And boy, I want to cry. For so many thousands of years, so many of us have worked in maintaining the planet, and for as many life forms to survive that downfall. And now the life form is returning, life on Earth is returning, the biodiversity is coming back because Gaia herself is waking up. And this weekend was also really extreme. I'm in the very north of England. I'm close to the Hadrian Wall, and we had enormous storms. I had on Saturday a 6 hours power cut. In winter is always special time. We're like, oh my God, it's getting really cold now. And I could feel the intensity of the cleansing of Gaia herself, what's shifting through, what's coming through. And severe shifts in weather patterns are to be expected, because if you think about it, the density within ourselves, the frequency control that was happening, it's getting less and less because it's also becoming less and less effective. There's also a lot of density in the planet itself, in the structure. So it's releasing within our bodies, it's releasing within the planet itself, and that needs to go somewhere. So intense storms, winds, rains, snow, all of it is Gaia's way of regaining balance and shifting that enormous density that she's experiencing. And it's just so extraordinary. And we also had, I mean, the list is really long. I just looked at my notes, like, where I not want to get lost here. We also had a super high intensity of the sun. So solar flashes, solar flares have really increased, and they will stay on an all-time high, because we are literally... how do you say that? It's a downpour of light, of new codes. And now this year, and at the moment, especially when I tuned into the solar flares, and it's like, what is the essence of the codes? And they said it's soul codes or soul code alignments, that you have a much easier access to find out, who am I on a soul level? What am I here for? What is my mission? And so much more of that 3D programming intensity is falling away. Also, past life stuff is falling away. We're like, oh my God, this is me. This is well and truly me. And that you have easier access. Your soul star is more cleared and aligned. You will be able to attract your soul family. Also connect much more with your galactic soul family, with your monad. And that in itself is also bundling the energy and giving you an extra boost to achieve what you're here to achieve. And my guides also said, please remind everyone to be what you are at your core. So some of you are frequency holders. That means you bring in this high, enormous frequencies and you transmit them out. Some of you are activators. You really trigger people into their soul alignment. Then we have the stabilizers. For me, it's like the people who say, they can help to bring balance back. Then we have team grounding that can help bringing those really sky-high energies deeper into the system. We have the team shifted uplift, the people that always make light of everything. Then we have the team that is calming and inner peace. So whatever I've said, what you align with, my guides really stretch that. It's your soul alignment. And they're saying, how did they say? The more it's in line with you, the more helpful and powerful is your impact. So for me, as you guys know, I'm definitely not team grounding. I'm maybe the one who brings it in and I can send it out and I can explain it, but I'm definitely not the calming and grounding one, and that exhausts me profoundly. I can do it if I have to, but it's not my natural default. And I love change. People of you who are like, oh no, I really like things going along at a certain race, that's usually a sign of calming and stabilizing the energies. You're the eye of the storm. And so if you feel like, oh my God, what am I meant to be doing? What am I meant to be doing? Just simply go back to your core essence. What is it you're naturally good at? And staying in that alignment. And we will receive codes and codes upon codes for sovereignty, soul alignment, purity, freedom, acceleration, joy, all of it. And they're saying we will shift through inner body density, but the clearing of it will be quicker and easier. I mean, hello. I think it's one of the best news to hear that. So that's part of making our journey easier for all of us going forward. And the planet is shifting, so our below is raising. We get these enormous codes and frequency from the sun, and our galactic brothers and sisters are super amplifying what we're here to achieve. So you wouldn't be surprised if you all of a sudden feel like, oh my God, I can connect with galactics. And always make sure you take care of your energetic sacred space. For me, I always, you know, there are certain ways how you can create a sacred space. You call in the 4 directions, the above, below, and within, in alignment. There's shamanic techniques, angelic Reiki techniques, goddesses. You can work with whatever, but always make sure you call them in when you are aligned in your safe, or space is sacred and safe. And I always affirm, I only work with the highest and greatest good that serves all, and I only align with beings of the highest and purest love and light, nothing else. Because with the rise of light, the other camp will also try to gain ground. So and energetic discernment, you know, how do you feel when you connect with certain energies? Do you feel elevated, positive? Does it trigger you? Does it guide you in a certain direction? And that is another thing my guides really stretched, because they said it can be confusing to navigate this time with so much coming in, and what's right, what's wrong, what's true, what's not true. And they said, learn to listen to your body language, because your body is communicating. So for me, my niggle, it's like, ooh, Katarina, something is off. I get an inner feeling, like today I wanted to wear a pink jumper, and I got this feeling like if I wear a woolen jumper on the inside of my body, it's like really itchy. And I thought, oh, but I really, really want to wear it. And it's like, no, it's not going to happen. And it changed it, and my energy calmed down immediately. And this is just an indication where my body is saying something is off. You got to check this. I also get that niggly feeling, the same response from my body if something is in alignment in my altar, or I read something, it's like, that doesn't ring true for me. Other people feel like their throat chakra is blocking up, and it's like, oh wow, something, it's not working. A friend of mine is also feeling it in her solar plexus. So each and every one of us have a different way how our body uniquely communicates with us. And my guide said it's really good paying attention to it. So if you have pen and paper ready to write down your different responses, say when you really feel elevated and aligned, what is that feeling? Where do you feel that in your body? And then take a note of it. And they said, because there are times like with that enormous wind over the weekend, and I thought, oh my God, is the roof staying on? We had trees crashing, the extended power cut, and I thought, oh my God, you know, what am I going to do? And then they said, when you're stressed or anxious, then it's really good to, by that point, know how your body responds, because in that moment you wouldn't have the clarity to decipher what's what. But if you have paid attention prior, you know, all right, my body's actually really calm. It's my nervous system that's fired up, also with feeling into the wind and the shift of the collective. But actually deep down within, I'm calm, I'm gonna get the power back, it's gonna be fine. And also when I'm driving, and I mean, I'm so weirdly guided where I'm meant to be going, and then I get a reaction, I need to go in this direction, that's where I need to anchor codes or receive something. And so it can be a guidance in your day-to-day life when you pay attention and take notes, as an example, to become more consciously aware of it. So and I'm doing an activation, I think it's it's definitely Sunday, and I think it's Sunday the 20th. It's also the 202, you know, portal, or the twos. And it's all about relationships in 5D. How do we navigate this time? There will be more tips and energies. There will be a ton of codes, and that just reminds me. So February is the month of the Divine Feminine, and March is collective consciously the month for the Divine Masculine. And twin flames, it can be that whoever carries the more female energies, that person will have that downpour of energies, and the other one usually holds space, and then the roles reverse in March. And there's a massive acceleration. There's also this enormous, beautiful heart opening taking place, and I had that at 14:14 while recording it. So that's also a confirmation that heart opening is in alignment for us all. And now tune into our guides, and as per usual, you can close your eyes, listen into your heart, connect with all the people of a high vibration and with the energy of the highest and purest light, serving the highest and greatest good of all. Niwea nana masa kiana. Nishia kiki sasana maha. Nishia kakana masa. Miwa sasana maha. Miwa sasana maha. Iwe kiki shi 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 si si na na na. Ma ish kiki sa 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 na maha. Iwa kiki si si na na maha. Si 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 ish kaka ish 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 kiki si 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 na 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 maha. Si na 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 maha. Ya kiki si si na maha. Hoiana mashia siana. Hiuiana masa, hiuiana masa, hiua shishi, iua kikina namasa, iua kiki sisi namaha, miwa kiki shasha namaha, miwa kiki shasha namaha. Huai kikina namasa, huai kikina namasa. Mi sisi kiki na maha kiashka kanasa, kiashka kana namasa, mishki yuanini sasamaha, mishki yui sasana namaha. Kiki sasana maha, kiki sasana na maha, miwe kiki na ashkakana masa, niwe kiki ashkaka sasana maha, niwe anana masana, miwe anana masa, shiva sasana ma, shiva sasana ma. Aka, aka, aka. Blessed it be, so mote it be, and so it is. Wow, I'm really concentrating to remember everything. We started with Gaia, and her message was, open yourself, everything is all right, it's all under control, it's all going according to plan, and rejoice, rejoice, rejoice. And that was the energy of the dolphins that came straight after. And the dolphins said, tune into us. If you're worried, or if you feel like, oh, how do I absorb these soul codes and these energies she's speaking about, how do I do this, link with us. We help you to bring those codes in and make them work for you. Thanks, dolphins, that's really great to know. Then Venus came in, and she said that heart opening, that reigniting of the passion, the shifts in intimate relationships, it's now down to her going direct. And then straight away afterwards Mercury came in with a bit of deeper voice, and he's like, yeah, and I'm coming out of the retrograde and communication will flow. I'm also bringing in further codes of light as soon as I'm out of retrograde. And he's also more prevalent. I can literally see him flashing codes in March. From the beginning until the equinox, it's like a build-up of that. And then who then came was, the galactics, the Arcturians and the Andromedans, different beings in the background. It felt like a collective galactic energy aligning us, bringing in those, they're saying, what? The shifts of our light body to be able to receive and absorb these frequencies. And they were then followed by the goddess Bridget, and she brought in a shower of light, and that is the goddess of Imbolc. The new beginnings, stirring the first beginnings of spring, new life being born and received and coming yeah, so I'll hope you enjoy this video. I look forward to seeing all of you who want to join on the 20th of February for the relationship in 5D and an hour's journey, light codes, activations with people from around the world. And boy, may you have a wonderful, wonderful Chinese New Year, Imbolc, new moon, and a great week overall. Bright blessings to you, and namaste.